Welcome back our DMC Education online lectures. Myself Gayatri from Goregaon MPS Municipal Secondary School. So today we will do history revision from the seventh lesson, Science and Technology. Let us revise the points that which different points we had concluded in this lesson. So in this lesson, Science and Technology, the main points are Indian Atomic Energy Commission. So, students, in this chapter, we had studied about the achievements in the area of science and technology after the post-independence, and we had studied about the different contribution of science and technology in the various fields. Now, in this field, the first Indian Atomic Energy Commission, we had studied about how this commission was formed and who was the chairman of this commission. And after that, we had studied about the Dhruva nuclear reactor. After that, Nuclear Power Corporation of India, that is the NPCIL, that is Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. Okay, after that, we had studied about the nuclear test, the declared nuclear test, the first nuclear test which held in the Pokhran, and after that, the second nuclear test. After that, we had studied about the missile development, that how different missiles like Prithvi, Agni, Akash, Nag, all these missiles have made and they are handed over to the defense forces. After that, we had studied about the space research, that how Indian Space Research Organization, that is the ISRO works, and what is the work of Bhaskar 1 satellite after the Apple, and Indian National Satellite, that is INSAT, how they work in the different areas. And after that, we had studied about the technological progress. Technological progress means the how technology works in the different fields, like telex services after the satellite communication center, how pin code works. After that, international subscriber dialing telephone service, that is ISD. After that, we had studied about mobile phones, how this technology helps us. After that, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, that is BSNL. After that, we had studied about Oil and Natural Gas Commission, that is ONGC, railways and technology. So these are the different fields where science and technology works, and they make our work very easy. In this field, we have studied that how computerization comes in our life and make our services free or services easy. So let us start with our today's work. So today we will discuss with the options question. That is, the options are there and we have to select the correct one. So the first one is, Dash was named as the first chairman of the Energy Commission. The options are Dr. Homi Bhabha, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. Raja Ramanna, and Dr. Homi Setha. So as we know that in 10th August 1948, Dr. Homi Bhabha was appointed as the first chairman of the Indian Atomic Energy Commission. So the correct answer is Dr. Homi Bhabha. He was named as the first chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission. Now, second question. Who was the first completely indigenous communication satellite made by ISRO? ISRO means the Indian Space Research Organization. So the options are Aryabhat, INSAT 1B, Rohini, 75 or EPI. So the correct answer is the complete The first completely indigenous built satellite by Isro in India, that is the Apple, who was launched in 19th June 1981 from the French Guiana. So the correct answer is Apple. The next question is, who is the first Indian nuclear reactor functioning on atomic energy? Okay, the question is, who is the first Indian nuclear reactor functioning on atomic energy? The options are Cyrus, Zerlina, Purnima or Apsara. So all these are the different name of nuclear reactors. So the correct answer is Apsara. So Apsara was the first Indian nuclear reactor functioning on atomic energy. Okay. Okay. Next question is, who is referred to as a missile man? So this is a very common question, or you know about that. But the options are in front of us. That Dr. Homi Baba or Dr. Homi Setha or Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam or Dr. Raja Ramanna. So as we know that Prithvi, Agni, Akash or Nak missiles, all these missiles are made by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So the correct answer is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is referred to as the missile man of India. Next question. Rohini 75 was successfully launched in Dash from Tumba. So we have to recognize the year. Year 1961, year 1964, year 1966 or year 1969. So we have to recognize Rohini 75. So as we know that Rohini 75 was launched in 1969. So the correct answer is 1969. In 1969, Rohini 75 was successfully launched from Tumba. So the next question, the headquarter of ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, is at. So we have to recognize the place where it is in Bangalore, it is in Pune, it is in Mumbai or it is in New Delhi. So the headquarter of ISRO is at Bangalore. So the correct answer is the headquarter of ISRO is at Bangalore. Now the next question is, the space station of ISRO is at. So we have to recognize the place. Where is the space station of ISRO? It is in Tumba, Sriharikota, French Guiana or Aravi. So the correct answer is the headquarter of ISRO is in Bangalore and the space station of ISRO is at Sriharikota. So the correct answer is the space station of ISRO is at Sriharikota, which is in Andhra Pradesh. And from there, the satellites are launched. So next question, that is the metro train service in India started at Dash in 1984. So we have to recognize the city. It is New Delhi or it is Mumbai or it is Kolkata or it is Chennai. So metro trains. So as we know that metro trains was started, firstly it started in Kolkata in 1984. The correct answer is Kolkata. So the metro train services in India started at Kolkata in 1984. Next question. So railway locomotives, that is the engine, are manufactured at. So we have to recognize the place that where the railway motives means engines are manufactured. So that is our Salem, Vijayawada, Chittaranjan or Chennai. So as we know that the Chittaranjan is this place where the engines are made. So the answer is railway locomotives engines are manufactured at Chittaranjan. The next question, a center for international communication was established at near Pune in 1975. So we have to recognize the place that where the center of international communication was established. So the options are RV, Hinjewadi, Bhosri or Pashan. So the correct answer is Aravi. That the Center of International Communication was established at near Pune. That is the Aravi. Which occupied for international communication services also. So the next question is, the contribution of Sam Pitroda is the most significant in the field of. Now we have to recognize that Sam Pitroda is work in which field? Okay, that is the telecommunication or space research or atomic energy or missile program. So as we know, the correct that the contribution of Sam Pitroda is the most significant in the field of telecommunication. The next question is, factories manufacturing dash were set up at Vadodara, Talcher, Cooking, Pouring and Kota. So we have to recognize that what they are manufacturing, that which factories are manufacturing in this field. Okay, the options are thorium, uranium, heavy water or railway engine. So the correct answer is heavy water. So that factories manufacturing heavy water were set at Vadodara, Talcher, Tutunkuri and Kota. The next question, nuclear reactor called Dash was started as from day near Mumbai in 1985. So we have to recognize that which nuclear reactor was started as, as from day near Mumbai in 1985. So the correct answer is that in 1985 a complete Indian-made nuclear reactor that was Dhruva was started at Trombay near Mumbai. So Dhruva was the nuclear reactor uses uranium as a fuel. So the correct answer is Dhruva. So the nuclear reactor called Dhruva was started as Trombay near Mumbai in 1985. Okay, the next question. Nuclear Power Corporation of India was set up in the year. So Nuclear Power Corporation. So the options are 1948, 1956, 1969 or 1978. So the answer is the company which was set up in 1987 to generate electricity from atomic energy. The objective of the company is to master and develop the technology to the generate safe, cheap and environmental profitable power and make the country self-sufficient. So in 1969, the Nuclear Power Corporation of India was set up in 1969. That is set up in the Tarapur. The Reactor Research Center was set up in the Kuala Lumpur, which is in Tamil Nadu. Okay. The next question. India successfully performed her first nuclear test at Dash in Rajasthan. So that is the Pokhran or Barmer or Jaisalmer or Jodhpur. So we have to recognize the place where the first nuclear test was performed. So as we know that the Pokhran is the place where the first nuclear test was performed in 18th May 1974. So the correct answer is Pokhran. Okay, the next one. In 1988, India successfully tested dash dash missile. So we have to recognize the missile name, where it is Agni or it is Prithvi or it is Akash or it is Nag. So as we know, in 1988, India successfully tested the missile Prithvi in 1989. So, so in 1988, sorry, 1988, the Prithvi missile was successfully tested. So in 1988, India successfully tested missile Prithvi. So the correct answer is Prithvi. Now, Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO, was established in. So we have to recognize the date, the year where when the DRDO was established. So it is in 1948 or it is in 1958 or it is in 1968 or it is 1978. So as we know, the DRDO, this organization was established in 1978. Okay. So the next question, Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, was established on 15th August. So we have to recognize the year, whether it is 1947 or 1957 or 1969 or 1989. So as we know, after the success of basic program in space and research and rocket related projects, India Space Research Organization was established on 15th August 1969 in order to carry out further space research. Okay, so the correct answer is that Indian Space Research Organization, it means ISRO, was established on 15th August 1969. So the correct answer is 15 August 1969. So next one is the telex services in India started in the year. So the telex services. Now, as we know, the Department of Telecommunication under the Ministry of Communication started the telex services in 1963 to transmit typed messages from one part of country to the another rapidly. So the correct answer is the teleservices in India started in the year of 1963. Okay, the next question is the PIN code system was started on 15th August. So we have to recognize the year. Then when the PIN code system was started in India, whether it is in 1947, 1952, 1962 or 1972. So we have to recognize the year. So as we know that the Department of Post and Telegraph, the Department of Post of Telegraph had started the six-digit PIN code system in our country. That is the Postal Index Code. That is PIN, P-I-N, PIN code. That is the PIC. That is Postal Index Code. Is intended to bring efficiency in distributing the mail. So in this system, the country was divided into 9 regions. The first digit of the PIN code indicates the region, the second digit indicates the sub-region, and the third digit shows the main sub distributor of district, while the remaining 3 digits show the location of the local post. So this PIN code was started in 15th August 1972. So the correct answer is the PIN code system was started on 15th August 1972. So the next we have finished this the optional questions. Now we have take a focus on the progress of India in science and technology. However, the main points or the main events when will they have taken in India that we have tell that the progress of India in science and technology. So the first one is that on 10th August 1948, the Atomic Energy Commission was established and Dr. Homi Baba became the first chairman of this commission. The objective of this commission is to produce electricity from atomic energy. Okay. After that, in 1956, the Department of Atomic Energy set up Apsara, a nuclear reactor functioning on the atomic energy. Okay, in 1969, an atomic power station was set up in Tarapur. That is the Reactor Research Center was set up in Kuala Lumpur in Tamil Nadu. After that, in 1961, the India's first successful rocket launch was held. After that, as we know that in 1985, a completely Indian-made reactor that is the Dhruva was started at Trombay near Mumbai. And after that, in 1987, a company was set up to generate electricity from atomic energy. So objective of this company to master and develop the technology to generate safe, cheap and environmental profitable power and make the country self-sufficient in the basis of electricity. After that, the nuclear test. So on 18th May 1974, the first nuclear test was held in Pokhran, which is in Rajasthan. After that, on 11th May 1998, India carried out the second nuclear test to prove its nuclear preparedness. So there were 3 nuclear tests were done on this day. One of them was the hydrogen bomb. So at that time, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the prime minister. He assured that there would be no first use of nuclear weapons by India, but the USA imposed economic sanctions on India immediately. So after that, in 1975, satellite Aryabhat. Okay, in 1975, satellite Aryabhat was launched in the space, and same as in 1961, Indian National Committee of Space and Research launched the first research rocket of Tumba Equatorial Launch Center in Tumba in the state of Kerala. In 1969, our indigenously built rocket Rohini 75 was successfully launched. The next stage was the successful launch of the first Indian satellite Aryabhat in 1975 with the help from the Soviet Russia. Okay. After that, in the field of Bhaskar 1, so India launched remote census experimental satellite Bhaskar 1 from the Soviet Russia in 1979 in to observe various things of the surface of the earth by remote census technology. After that, in 1981, Bhaskar 2 was launched from Soviet Russia to collect the information from these satellites to use of oceanography. Oceanography to get the information of ocean from this satellite. Getting it? After that, in 19th June 1981, from the French Guiana, this apple was made. And the objective was providing emergency telecommunication services was successful. With the help of this Apple communication, the satellite telecommunication services being successful. Okay. After that, with the help in the Department of Missile Development, as we know that missile Prithvi was made in 1988, which was tested by India in 1988, and it became the successful missile. And in 1989, the missile Agni was tested, and it took a notable place in our development. After that, these all are the missile. These all are the guided missile, and after that, and these missiles are made with the help of DRDO, that is the Defense Research and Development Organization. They undertook the task of building these missiles. After that, Prithvi 1, a surface to surface ballistic missile, was given to the Army, and Prithvi 2 was given to the Air Force, while Prithvi 3 was given to the Navy. So the capacity of Prithvi was to carry nuclear weapons near about 500 to 1000 kilograms, whereas Prithvi could travel a distance of 150 to 300 kilometers due to the nuclear ballistic missile. After that, Agni, in order that the China and Pakistan get an idea of Indian missile strength, India borders remain secure. So Agni 1 was tested. The military missile had a range of 700 kilometers. Later, Agni 2 and Agni 3 were also produced. After that, in the case of missile, again Akash and Nak missiles were formed. In 1990, the missile Akash was developed to fire from land to air. This missile has the capacity of carry 720 kilogram explosive at the supersonic speed and the range of 30 kilometers, whereas the missile Nag was made in order to destroy the tanks of the enemy. So it is of the fire and forget type missile. So India has militarily become secure due to the production of these missiles. After that, in the Department of Telecommunication under the Ministry of Communication started the Texas services in 1963 to transmit type messages from one part of the country to the another part, that is it becomes very rapidly. So in 1969 the telex services started in Devanagari script in Delhi. Devanagari means which we have written in Hindi or Marathi. That is the Devanagari script. So it started in 1969. So later this spread all over the country. This service began to use in different fields. With the rise of internet after 1990, the significance of the services reduces. After that, in 1970, a center was established at Aravi near Pune, occupied for international telecommunication services. Okay, as we know that 15 August 1972, the Post and Telegraph Department started the six-digit PIN code system in the country. After that, in 1972, Overseas Communication Services was established in Mumbai for the management of international telecommunication services. And in 1976, the International Subscribed Dial Telephone Services was started to connect Mumbai and London directly on phone. As in 1986, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited, that is BSNL, took the big leap in this field. Before that, Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited, that is MTNL, was public sector company for giving telephone services in big cities. But in 1990, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited held the distinction of being the main internet service provider in India. The contribution of San Petroda in the field of this is significant. Okay. After on 22nd August 1994, the mobile phone services started in India. So the first mobile handset phone was at the cost of 45,000, which paid 75 rupees per minute. So uh, in the part of or the in the part of Sanchar Nigam Limited, that is BSNL, in 2000, the telecommunication department was restructured. The responsibility to make policy decisions and retained with the telecom department, and Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited was established to actually provide the services to the consumers. Along with the telephone services, cellular phones, internet, broadband services were also made available with the help of BSNL. After that, Oil and Natural Gas Commission was started in 1956. So, this was established to search for the deposit of mineral oil and natural gas and to increase their production. After Digboi in Assam, mineral oil deposits were found in Ankleshwar, that is in Gujarat. Later, the mineral oil and natural gas deposits were found in the Gulf of Khambat in Gujarat. So in 1974, the Oil and Natural Gas Commission started digging an oil well, that is in Bombay High area, with the help of Russian scientists by a drill ship called Sagar Samrat. So a huge drill ship was made to drill the oil, that is its name is Sagar Samrat. So in 1975, mineral oil and natural gas began to extracted from there. Later, more than 8,500 oil wells and 33 natural gas wells stuck eventually in this area began to contribute 38% of the total mineral oil production in the area and met 14% of the country demand of the crude oil. Means it helps our country. After that, in railways and technology, as we know, the technology adopted by railway has a big role in the history of modern India. That in order to bring efficiency, accuracy, and coordination in the reservation system in railway travel, computerized reservation system was started from the first time in Delhi in 1984. In the same year, the metro was started in Kolkata. So, all this technology gives uh, progress in the field of science and technology in our India. So, new inventions have been made. India is an important 21st century nation. And as we know, the contribution of science and technology makes our work very full. In this way also, in the Konkan Railway, which is a good example of this science and technology, that Konkan Railway started in 1998. So there are several records of technology to the credit of Konkan Railway, which stretches over the four states of Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, and Kerala over a distance of 760 kilometers. So there are 12 tunnels and on this track, so there is a single track of Konkan Railway, but it has 12 tunnels. So near about 6.5 kilometer tunnels at Tharbude is the longest tunnel. There are 179 big and 1,819 small bridges on this track. So out of these, the 2065.8 meter long bridge on river Sharavati near Honarwar is the biggest one. So, 64-meter tall bridge on river Panvel near Ratnagiri in India, tallest bridge is the tallest bridge. For avoiding accidents on track that are prone to landslide, there are some sensor fitted to the railway engines. So we can say that it is the good example of science and technology to our India. So in this way, students, as we know that how in the post-independence era, science and technology make our country good, and it helps to make to develop our country. So, as we know that in 1974, when India carried out the first nuclear test at Pokhran, the USA refused to give India the technology for defense-related fields such as space research, communication, and missile development. So, India adopted a policy of developing its own missile development program without depending on USA or any other country. So India joined the rank of nations like USA and USSR, France and China or Germany, who had their own missile programs. So with the help of our science and technology, now we are also in the rank of these nations, that we have our own defense system with the technology. Whereas in 1958, Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO, was established under the Development of Defense and Government of India. So the objective of this organization was to make India self-sufficient with the respect to means, equipment and weapons required for defense. It means what? What's our defense required for a war or to secure our country, that all also is present in our country itself. So we become the self-sufficient. So in 1983, this organization developed several missiles under the leadership of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has made a great contribution in the production of missiles. As we know, different types of missiles like Prithvi, Agni, Akash, Nag, all these are the different missiles. And so Dr. Kalam was also known as the father of Indian missile program, and he is also referred as the missile man of India. So, in this way, we have studied that how different technologies or different programs helps us to make our India more powerful, to make our India self-sufficient, self-reliant, and in this way, in the post-independence era, science and technology helps us to make our nation strong and to become independent and self-sufficient. And on 28th February is celebrated all over the India as the Science Day. And in this way, the we can say that the science and technology make our country self-sufficient, and the help of science and technology help the restructuring of the Department of Telecommunication, and we can say that science and technology not only help in the manufacturing of missiles or reactors, but it helps us in the day-to-day life also. Like we can say that BSNL is there, or ONGC is there, or mobile phones are there. They all are the major needs of our life, that is that helps us in our day to day life. Okay, I think you got the lesson thoroughly. So I will stop my lecture here. So if you have some problem, you can ask me.
Yes, Gayatri ma'am, have you
Yeah,
done?
ma'am. Yeah,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am. Okay. Yes, have
Okay.
you done?
Yes, ma'am. I have done my lecture.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Good morning.